You don't want to be a single mother. You do not want to struggle financially. You do not want to struggle with being ostracized by people. There are a lot of people in society that do not believe in single motherhood. They do not believe that their taxpayer money should go to pay for children that they did not make. And I'm here to tell you that a lot of these women, you do not want to be out here showing off on social media. You do not want to be out here bragging about how much money you get on food stamps because there is a dating preference shift in millennial and Z-lineal men, okay? Especially Z-lineal men. A lot of Z-lineal and millennial men not gonna go for single mothers. You know, a lot of these mothers think that they can just get out in the dating scene and start over. No, they can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. A lot of these single mothers get out there and they think that they can just make it, that they can just get help from the government. And you know, the president of the United States, the president Donald Trump, in the year 2026, has made that more difficult. A lot of these mothers think that they can just go and get help from people, and they think that, you know what, your friends are going to leave you behind. They're going to move on. Okay, you can be a 19, 20-year-old woman out there. You can be out there, you know, with the kid pushing a baby carriage with the baby, and all your other classmates, all your other 19, 20-year-old friends, they're partying. They're going to school. They're working. But you're going to be left behind. You do not want to be a single mother. When you become a single mother, you lose your friends. When you become a single mother, it creates problems between you and your family. You know, your parents or your mother is going to be getting on you about how you should have worn protection. What were you doing? Why are you doing this? What are you doing? You should have wore protection. You should have had a kid by him. This is what's happening. This is what you're doing. You know, you're throwing away your life. You're ruining your life. You think this is cool. You think that it's cool bragging about having food stamps, public assistance, getting Section 8 housing vouchers and all that. You think this is cool, skating by on government assistance, but people look down on you. People are going to be like, ooh. You know what? There are still people this day who have children, and they teach their children, don't be like her. You see her? Don't be like her. She's a single mother. She didn't wait till marriage. She had a kid outside of wedlock. And I'm going to tell you something, okay? If you decide to become a single mother, the parents of those children are not going to let their children play with your children. Those parents, they don't want to be around you. They don't want to talk to you. They don't want their children going to the same school as your child. They would rather put their children in a private school or move to a different school district than have your children sit next to their children in the classroom. They don't like you. People look down on you. They see single motherhood as poor self-discipline. They see single motherhood as poor breeding. Why did you have a kid by this guy? He didn't have a job. Oh, but you can afford a kid, but you cannot afford a car. You can afford a kid, but you cannot afford to pay normal rent. You can afford to have a kid, but you cannot afford a 2-bedroom apartment. You can afford a kid, but you cannot afford a wedding. You cannot afford a marriage license, but you can afford a child. This is how people think. I'm telling you, do not be a single mother, okay? Do not be a single mother. I don't care how bad it is between you and the child's father. Do not be a single mother. And if you are a single mother, you're better off 9 times out of 10, go back to your kid's father. I know you left him. Go back to your kid's father, especially in these days, okay, with rising inflation. And the government is cracking down on this, okay? Everyone is tired of it. You have a lot of people who do not want to pay for children that they did not make. That's not fair. You have people go after the kid's father. Go get him to pay for the child. Why are you going to government assistance? Go to the child's father.